Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. We'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who's committed that crime. Of course, if you stand before me today, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the state attorney's office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release this morning. That is your bail or your bond. And in most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit and the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you have not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. And I need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Outstanding. When you hear your name, please step forward to the podium. Amber Ford. Morning, Amber. Date of birth?
28.
Amber, this morning is a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for one count of trespass. Were you here earlier in the week? Do you have something else pending?
I was. They said I trespassed, but I was actually here.
Okay. Well, the trespass warrant relates to something that happened in October.
Right.
Is it the Willis judge?
And when did it? When?
October 30th looks like the arrest date.
Okay, that's the date on this. Okay. And Amber, it looks like, so you got a driving charge. Is that the driving charge and this trespass? Are those the only things keeping you in jail? You got something else?
No, the driving charge we settled with you on Friday.
Okay.
And I was released, and this charge, I guess, didn't set until then.
Right. Well, Judge Merritt just signed the warrant on Monday.
Yeah.
So now you're back. Okay. State, this is something she can.
One moment, Judge. Please. I thought maybe a time served.
I think she has this kind of stuff on her record.
Huh?
I think it's this kind of stuff.
Yeah, even from out of state. No objection to time served.
All right. So, Amber, you want to take care of this one with time served as well?
Yes, please.
All right. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can resolve this case today?
Yes.
Case number 18MM3555 as to the charge of trespass. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Contest.
I'll accept that plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 1 day in the county jail, credit 1 day served. Fine and court costs is $5.53 and $50 for the day in jail. That takes care of this case. Amber, if there's nothing else keeping you in jail, you'll be released today. And then do me a favor and stay out of trouble for a while, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Nancy Kelly.
Your Honor, she's in felony court this morning with Judge Merritt.
That's just as well.
Excuse me, Judge Toner.
Okay. Is she, do you know, has she been sent over already?
Yes, sir, she has.
Okay. I want to see if she's downstairs. Get her up here. It'll be a treat, I promise. That was Kelly. Number 5. Emily Martin.
Are you looking to have her brought up, Judge Kelly?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Ms. Martin, what's your date of birth?
7/11/86, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Martin, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Scaglione. Apparently you failed to appear for drug court in August.
No, sir.
Okay. And did you have the PD on that?
I did, Your Honor. However, I was incarcerated for that time, sir.
Hang on, Emily. We're not going to get into
Okay.
the why you might have not been there. That'll be a story for Judge Scaglione. I assume we send her back to drug court, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, this week, right?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right, so
We do that.
the 8th. All right. Anyway, Emily, did you tell me you had the public defender on your case?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll appoint the PD. I'll send you back to see Judge Scaglione tomorrow. You can tell him your story, and he'll decide what to do with you, okay?
Okay.
Very good.
I think.
She's on. Okay. Can we get her down? They don't want her up there either, I promise you. Jeremiah Bradley. On Jeremiah, what's your date of birth?
6/24/85.
Jeremiah, you are here on a writ of bodily attachment. That means that a child support hearing officer and a circuit judge determined that you owe some child support. They set a cash purge of $677. Is that an amount of money that you can pay, Jeremiah?
No.
Okay. Are you working these days?
No.
How long has it been since you worked?
About a month.
And what type of work do you normally do?
Commercial roofing.
Okay. And is there any amount of money that you could come up with, Jeremiah, if it meant getting out of jail today?
I think I have like $80 in my wallet.
Okay. Jeremiah, I'll find you're in contempt for failing to pay child support. The sanction for that contempt will be 10 days in the Hernando County Jail or until you come up with $50 cash. So $50 will get you out. Once you get out, either after the 10 days or after the payment of the $50, make sure you get to the folks at Child Support Enforcement and have a discussion with them. If you don't do something to try to clear this up, the process gets started over again and you wind up spending another day in jail, all right?
Yeah.
Very good, thank you. Christopher Chalora. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
3/8/91.
And sir, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. You found probable cause for a violation of community control. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'm going to send you back to see Judge Merritt. What's my Judge Merritt date? 27th? I'm going to send you back on the 27th of November, Christopher. They told you 7th of December. It'll be the 27th of November, and the public defender will come see you before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Come forward. Come on forward.
did you say there was no bond?
I want you to come forward, honey, because I grew up in the 70s listening to rock and roll really loud, so.
Did you say there was no bond?
Yeah, it's a VOP. There's by statute there's no bond, and I can tell you the circuit judges here never give a bond on a VOP, and I mean never. Maybe one time in 10,000. So he'll be without bond until the 27th, which is about 3 weeks from now, and that'll be his first time back in front of Judge Merritt.
Okay.
Okay?
Will they set a bond then?
Hey, they're not likely to ever set a bond. They're going to resolve the case. They're either going to put him back on probation or they're going to sentence him to some term in the county jail or some term in the Department of Corrections. But that'll be something that his public defender will go out to the jail and speak to him about and figure out what the answer is. I can't tell you because I don't know, and it's a circuit court case, so I really don't know anything about it because it has nothing to do with me.
Okay.
I can tell you that there's no doubt that he'll not be getting a bond before that The only way he's getting out is the resolution of the case whenever that happens, okay?
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. Kelly's on her way down. Okay. Chad Boucher. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
11/28/74.
Chad, I have a warrant for you out of Citrus County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for violation of probation and set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. We'll let the good folks in Citrus know that you're here and ready to go. They'll have 5 days to come get you. It does not take 5 days with Citrus, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me and I'll find out what the holdup is, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Thomas Kincaid. Morning, Thomas. What's your date of birth?
11/2/61.
Thomas, you're here on a grand theft auto. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Yes.
All right. I'll appoint the PD. Stay with you, tell me.
Can I move your approach?
Sure.
Just out of 1982, decent liberties with a child, no disposition showing that's out of the runway. And then theft and intimidation of a witness in 1997.
And is that,
Do we know his status in court? Showing, yeah, it's not showing a disposition for a minor.
that's a crime in Illinois?
It's terrible.
Only you could have killed that. Well, I didn't do anything.
No kidding.
He knows what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Go backwards down there, but figure stuff like this out.
Oh, he's been following you there for 40 years.
Yeah.
And Thomas, I have an address for you on West Kingsway Court in Homosassa. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
6 years, sir.
Do you have a job these days?
No, I'm out of work right now.
Okay. You'll leave your bond per the schedule, which is the $2,000. I'll have you back in court on the 7th of December. If you get out, it's very important that you contact the public defender right away, okay? Damian Moore. Morning, Damian. What's your date of birth?
35/98.
Damon, I got 2 counts of criminal mischief. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the public defender. And it appears, Damien, you got a case open on my docket already, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. All right. And so on the criminal mischief cases, I'll leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $2,000 each count for a total of 4. Those are coming back on the 7th of December. and the public defender is going to come see you. Then with your open case, job number one, when you're out on bond with a pending criminal charge, is don't pick up new criminal charges. It appears to me that you have. Therefore, pursuant to Florida Statute 903.0471, I'm going to revoke your pretrial release in 18 MM 1952. We're going to hold you without bond on that case until next week when you're back in front of me on November 15th. On the 15th, we can either resolve your cases, which will get you back out of jail, or revisit that bond if that's appropriate. But the public defender will come see about both your cases before you go to court again, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, Nancy. Nancy Kelly. Hi, Nancy.
Good morning, Judge.
All right. And your date of birth, Nancy?
10/15/1962.
This morning I have charge of violation of conditions of pretrial release. There's probable cause. It's because of phone calls you're making. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're not going to make those phone calls anymore?
No, sir.
Okay. And you have PD on your other cases, right, Nancy?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'll appoint the PD. And do you have a misdemeanor open or just the felonies?
Just the felonies.
Okay.
Oh, I have a, well, because of the false charges and all that, I have a public defender for that, Your Honor.
Okay.
And then, of course, I was on, what do you call it?
And didn't you have a VOP with us?
I think she did. Yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
happened.
I-
That
okay.
VOP happened because of the false charges.
Okay, well, and I want to put this case, Nancy, where that VOP is, so we get your cases together, so have them in front of me at the same time. So we know where that is, the VOP. Yeah, I think that's the last time we saw you was on my VOP warrant. And I'm sure we wouldn't have resolved it because of the felony case, because I'm sure the felony case is grounds for the VOP.
Yes. It's all snowballing because of that false charge.
Hang on, Nancy. Well, you know, we'll get these things resolved one way or the other. Really? Yeah. Hang on. It was a DUI, wasn't it, Nancy? Is that what it was?
Yes, it was driving on a suspension with DUI, sir.
Got closed on the 31st of July, but that's wrong. Because the VOP warrant was issued at the end of October, and I know for a fact that she had first appearance on that, and I don't know where. But it's not here. And it doesn't show any events in there. That's, yeah, that's troubling. Okay, let's do this. Nancy, I'm going to set this on the 7th of December. I'll leave the bond at the $1,000. And then, Rachel, if you would, that VOP case number, put that on for a status on the 7th as well. And then we'll figure that out. Your case disappeared. Probably good news for you. But we'll find it again. That VOP sort of fell through the cracks, but actually it's sort of a good thing that you're here. So we figured that out now. And then when you come see me in December, Nancy, well, exactly a month from today, we'll probably be in a better position to figure out how to go forward with both your cases, okay?
Thanь you, sir.
All right, the PD will come see you about both of them now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Did you set a bond, Judge?
$1,000 on this, yep.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Nancy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mark Mullins. Want to sir, what's your date of birth?
01-25-59.
Mark, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for violation of probation. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire a private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
I have a public defender on the case.
Okay. Continue the appointment
The
of the public.
original, on the original charge.
I understand. I'll reappoint them on this. The bond is no bond. I'll send you back to Judge Toner on the 7th of December. PD will come see you before then, okay?
Your Honor, I've not been able to make any phone calls.
Okay. Who would you like to call?
I'd like to call home or something because I'd like to
Give
close
me a
up.
name and a phone number.
Jennifer Hughes, 727-495-3016.
All right. So let's make that call, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any way I could ROR anything beforehand? Because everything I've got is open.
No.
My whole house is open. My shop is open.
The answer is absolutely not. It's a violation of probation. You're not even legally entitled to bond, and the circuit judge set it at no bond, and that's the answer. All right, thank you.
The reason I was
We're done, sir. It's a no bond FDA or BOP. Jonathan Pelletier. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
7279.
Sir, I have a warrant here for you this morning signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear in front of her on a charge of possession of marijuana back in October. As for that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
How does that work if you represent yourself, sir?
Well, generally speaking, it doesn't work very well if you're not a lawyer. And if you are a lawyer, it works even more poorly. So I wouldn't represent myself, frankly, and I've been doing this for a long time. But if you want to do it, you sure can. If you would like me to appoint the public defender, I'd be happy to do that, and then you'll have a lawyer working for you.
Your Honor, I'd like a public defender.
That sounds like an excellent choice. State any history I should know about?
I'm the judge. Beginning 1999, marijuana possession, misdemeanor, probation violation on that charge. DV 2003, conviction, misdemeanor. Possession of cannabis 2004, possession of cannabis 2005, and probation violation, violating his probation again 2006. Criminal mischief, misdemeanor, and misdemeanor battery, 2006, 2007, BUI, got a conviction on that, 2007, violated his probation, and again in 08, resisting without, in September, apparently on this charge when he was picked up.
Okay. So I'm sure Judge dropped it. All right, Jonathan, I have an address for you on Robolina Road in Port Richey. Is that where you live?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long you been there?
Pretty much my whole life, 30-something plus years.
Okay. You have a job these days?
I work for a couple of my friends here and there.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave the bond at the $2,000 on Judge Rupi's warrant. I will change your date to the 30th of November. We'll send you back to see her, and you can figure your case out from there, all right?
Your Honor, the whole reason why I got the FTA was because I was incarcerated.
Okay. Then they probably won't charge you with failing to appear. But you still have to deal with the cannabis charge, and these warrants are the only way we get you back on the docket.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Trevor Schreffler. Morning, Trevor. What's your date of birth?
4/20/89.
Trevor, I have 3 charges this morning: grand theft, possession of controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
Very good. I'll appoint the PD. State.
2014, possession of amphetamine out of Clearwater, which is a conviction. 2011, out of, looks like Wyoming, Willis. 2007 out of Delaware, carrying a concealed weapon, and misdemeanor shoplifting, as well as driving on a restricted driver's license. Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of arrests for burglary, robbery, assault, stuff like that out of Pennsylvania. The only one that's showing a disposition, though, is 2008 conviction for aggravated assault. I'm not sure on what happened with the other charges.
Is that it?
That's it, Judge.
Okay. Trevor, I have an address for you on Evergreen Avenue in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived there?
3 months?
You have a job these days?
No.
How long has it been since you worked?
I do side jobs and stuff. But
Okay, right.
so that steady job, maybe like 6 months.
Okay. We'll leave the bonds per the schedule, which is $10,000 on the grand theft of prescription drugs, $2,000 on the controlled substance, $500 on the paraphernalia. That's a total of $12,500. I'll have you back in court on December 7th. If you get out, you should contact the PD right away. If you can't get out, they're going to come see you in jail, all right?
All right.
Frank Stakowski? Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
8/13/73.
Frank, I got a charge of driving on a suspended license this morning. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
PD, please.
I'll point to PD, State.
And I don't have his driving history in front of me, but as far as criminal goes, 1995, he got a withhold on petty theft, a traffic burglary, and then in May of this year, a conviction for resisting with. And looks like he did a couple months in county for that. That's all I'm showing, Judge.
There's an old DUI out of Hillsborough, 1994.
We'll go in due time, sir, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise, what's going on right now is just unpaid tickets.
Yeah.
Frank, are you interested in taking time served on this?
Yes, sir.
All right. You understand by entering a plea, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge that you drove knowing your license had been suspended or revoked, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the no contest plea, find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty. I'll sentence you to 1 day in the county jail, credit 1 day served. Fine and court costs is $488, $50 for the day in jail. I'll unappoint the public defender so you don't have to pay for that. That takes care of this case, Frank. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you will be released today, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good luck. Aaron Waddy. Morning, Aaron. What's your date of birth?
3/20/96.
Aaron, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
PD.
I'll appoint the PD. Bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. I'll send you back to see Judge Toner on December 7th. The public defender will come see you before then, okay?
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Joe Waddy? Morning, Joe. What's your date of birth?
2/10/92.
Right. And Joe, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for one count of failed to comply with sex offender requirements. As to that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
I'm not sure at the moment, sir.
Okay. Well, do you want me to appoint the PD while you decide?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll appoint the public defender. It looks like you already have an open case for this charge in front of Judge Merritt. So I'll leave the bond for the warrant, which is the $5,000. And then pursuant to, because obviously you picked up a new charge while out on bond on a pending charge, pursuant to Florida Statute 903.0471, I'm going to revoke your bond, and 17 CF 2794 will hold you without bond. In that case, until both of these come back then to court, I'll put them both on the 13th of December. So the public defender will be coming to see you. If you hire private counsel, make sure they let the public defender know they don't have to worry about you anymore, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Austin Watson. Morning, Austin. What's your date of birth?
Morning. 12/14/98.
I also have two charges to have possession of cannabis concentrate and operating an unregistered motor vehicle. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
2014 is a misdemeanor juvenile. You got a withhold on battery. Juvenile 2014, cannabis possession misdemeanor, which is dropped. 2015, cannabis, which is a withhold as a juvenile. 2016 as a juvenile, fleeing to elude. Got another withhold. Showing a violation of probation on 2017, but I'm not sure what the underlying was there. That's all I can confirm this morning, Your Honor.
Okay. And Austin, I have an address for you on Jody West Drive in Dade City. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
2 years.
Do you have a job these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I work for Cal Maine in Bushnell.
All right. Set your bond at $1,000 on each count. That's a total of $2,000. I'll have you back in court on the 7th of December. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Robert Weeks. Robert, what's your date of birth?
5258.
All right, Robert, I got a warrant for you out of Pasco County. It's a fail to appear warrant. The judge that issued the warrant set a bond of $2,513. If you're able to post that bond, you can get out of jail here, go down to Newport Richey, find out when they want you in court. If you can't post that bond, I'll give Pasco 5 days to come get you. Does not take 5 with Pasco, but if for some strange reason you're still here at 5, they'll bring you back to see me, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Robert West.
And I, the victim here, wishes to address the court.
Robert, what's your date of birth?
24 June 1982.
Robert, the charge is battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for that charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD. Any history stage?
2012, a DUI while serving in the military. It's on show and judge.
All right. Sarah, come on forward. Raise your right hand for me. There you go. Solemnly swear firm, tell the truth, whole truth, none but the truth.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Sarah West.
Sarah, what would you like to tell me?
I was wondering if I could get a peaceful contact order
Okay.
to try to get my husband home.
Okay. How long have you known Robert?
We've been together for almost 6 years, married for 4.
Okay. Are you concerned that he's going to hurt you or harm you in any way?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you to get you to come here this
No,
morning?
sir. Also, I have a question about Veterans Court. I don't know if this applies because he's a veteran. I'm not quite sure how it works.
You know, and that'll be something for him to discuss with the public defender when you meet with them first, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you guys both live on Firefly Street in Spring Hill, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Robert, do you work these days?
No, sir.
Okay. How long has it been since you worked?
I've been medically retired from the Army since 2013.
Okay. You're on a VA disability of some kind?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Set your bond at $100. Condition of the bond is that any contact you have with Sarah must be peaceful contact.
Yes, sir.
Of course, it is always a crime to touch this young lady any way she does not want to be touched. Always. It now will be a violation of your condition of pretrial release to have any contact with her that cannot be described as peaceful. So that would mean even so much as raising your voice or something of that nature. If I heard about that, I would happily revoke your bond and hold you in jail without bond until the charge is resolved. Do you understand that, Robert?
Yes, sir.
And Sarah, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anything happens, anything at all happens at home that makes you uncomfortable or concerned, you should call 911. They'll come running just as fast as they ever would. If I find that he's committed a new crime or violated my conditions of pretrial release, I would hold him in jail without bond, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so I am going to have Robert back in court on the 7th of December. You can go get him out now. It takes a while to process him out. It's not something that's going to happen fast, but if you show up with $100, you'll get him out today. You'll be back, like I said, on the 7th of December, and you can contact the Public Defender's Office so you can get an appointment to speak to his attorney and see about Veterans Court, all right?
Yes, sir. Also,
All right.
I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet.
Okay.
I have to go to work.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be able to bond him out now. Is there any way that he could call me so that I can let him know I have to go see the
He
bondsman?
absolutely now can call you because I've green-lighted the contact, so
Okay.
he'll be able to call you from the jail.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right,
sir.
very good, thank you. Thank you, Robert.
Yes, sir.
And Dwayne Williams. Morning, Mr. Williams, what's your date of birth?
9/12/77.
Mr. Williams, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. He found probable cause for 3 charges: aggravated battery, felony domestic battery by strangulation, and resisting without violence. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Or would you like me to appoint the public defender?
I'm do my best to try to hire private counsel.
Very good. State what you tell me.
Beginning in 1998, aggravated battery. 1999, DV misdemeanor, which is dropped. 2000, DV and trespass to conveyance or structure, which is no prize. 2001, criminal mischief misdemeanor. 2001, resisting with violence, which was a conviction, as well as bat Leo times 2 and misdemeanor battery, no convictions. Fleeing to elude was a conviction. Petty theft, conviction. I had a kidnap or false imprisonment, which was dropped. 2001, cannabis with intent to sell it. Pled down to cannabis over 20, which is a conviction. 2001, violation DV injunction, which was dropped. Again the next year, which was a conviction. 2001, Willis, second or subsequent. 2001, violation DV injunction, conviction. 2001, violation DV injunction, conviction. As well as grand theft and violation DV injunction, conviction. Looks like he's put on probation and he almost immediately violated. Sent to prison. 2005, he dropped aggravated battery. 2005, some sort of a drug charge. I'm not sure what happened with that. 2006, another Willis. 2006, fleeing to elude, conviction. As well as Willis, felony Willis, conviction. 2007, he violated his probation. 2008, DV, conviction, misdemeanor. 2008, violated his probation. 2009, simple battery, conviction. 2009, violated his probation. 2010, Willis, felony, looks like that was dropped. 2012, cannabis sale with intent within 1,000 feet of a church, conviction. That's all I can confirm this morning, Your Honor.
And, sir, I have an address for you on Hazel Avenue in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
About almost 15 years, 16.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
Well, I did.
Okay. What were you doing?
Line truck.
Okay.
Lawnmower.
Okay. On the aggravated battery on a pregnant female and the felony domestic battery by strangulation, I'll set the bond at $20,000 on each count. On the resisting at $1,000, so that's a total of $41,000. Condition of those bonds is that you'll have no contact with Ms. Cole. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message, you don't contact her through any social media. You don't have a third person contact her. Don't go where she lives. Don't go where she works. No contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, the bond will be revoked and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. I'll have you back in court on December 7th. If you hire private counsel, make sure they know about that date, okay?
All right.
Thank you. All right, anything else at the jail?
No, sir, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. And don't anybody go anywhere. Is this counsel for Rebecca Quintana?
Yes, good morning, Judge.
How are you today?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm excellent, but I have, you know, and obviously I'm coming into this case at the end of the line. But what I can tell you, unfortunately, is that apparently at some point in time Rebecca signed a waiver of her right to an extradition hearing, and as of last night, she is on a van on her way to Colorado and no longer in my jurisdiction.
Oh, listen, Ben, it was awesome talking to you.
All right. She's on her way.
I enjoyed the whole music. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye now.